Well. Welcome back. We do not have UT4 for you today. We have a UT2k4 Unreal Tournament 2004. A game that's over 20 years old. Still getting played today. And we have Season 16 Unreal Fight Club TAM League for you. Regular season matchup. First week of regular season. We've got IHax versus Vapor. I believe IHax's team is called Let's Fighting Love, but with the tagline LFL. Let's be real here. 100%, we're going to be calling them Looking for Love, because why the fuck wouldn't you? Apologize for the swearing, but yeah, we've got them. Don't know Vapor's team name. Didn't see one. Didn't tried to find it, but should be a good one here. Both these teams, I mean, it seems like there should be hopefully evenly balanced, although IHax and Freedom can both do a lot of damage. So looking for those two to carry. Seth, a great third man, and I believe their last player is Point of Sale. I mean, piece of sheet. Everyone's favorite bio user. I mean, we're gonna look forward to seeing what LFL is able to put forward. However, we also have, well, wasn't gonna talk, but they're changing hubs, so we're gonna back out for just a minute. Get into the second hub. They are going to B1. And on the Vapor's team, they have Deli, Fallacy, Vapor, and B-Banks. So, I mean, both these teams. Exciting matchup. You're going to say it once, you're going to say it 15 times. Exciting matchup, exciting. I'll stop while I'm ahead. While we wait for our ever-present starting of Unreal Tournament matches that never start on time, we're going to just be waiting for this one in just a few minutes. Let's see if they've even made it past the 5-minute mark. Oh, wow, we are at the 10-minute past scheduled start time mark. This has officially gone on longer than a pug wait list. So, we'll see what's cooking. But I believe everyone is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are missing just B-Banks. So, I don't know who the Shoutcast Ninja is. Apparently, Later Aid's also here. Don't know who's streaming this. Surprised. Got a lot of people in here. A lot of things going on. Wondering what the hell's happening. But, well, we're stuck here. We're just sitting, waiting. Once again, something to start. And we have some ready ups. We're going to be getting into this just a minute. B-Banks has finally arrived and gotten into the server. And we are going to probably be getting started here just in a moment. So once again, let's get back to the introductions. We have UT2004, UT2k4 TAM League Season 16, hosted by Unreal Fight Club, hashtag UFC. And we, not the fighting company, Unreal Fight Club. And we're going to have a matchup between IHax and Vapor's team. IHax's team is, I believe, team named Let's Fighting Love, and as I said earlier, with their tag being LFL, I'm just gonna call them Looking for Love because let's be real, that's the name that you will think of when you think of that. You're not thinking of Let's Fighting Love, no, Looking for Love. And we have the final countdown. The final 10 seconds are going to get off here before these teams are ready to get into this round number 1 here on Rankin. And it should be an absolutely fantastic match. And we're going to close the scoreboard and get on board. IHax, round 1, Captain's Privilege. Round 1, match number 1 for his team of the season. Starting off, taking the LG. His whole team is here. Sees 2 down at flak. Disadvantageous position for those 2, but IHax takes a big combo. Good fight back from high ground, and now IHax trying to hold off the mini push as his team has gotten the one-man advantage. And now it is on Freedom and Seth. Vapor, last man alive, 1 versus 2 scenario here. Seth very low, can go down to just about anything. And Vapor able to hit a lot of good shock spam. But he is getting pushed by 2. Takes down Seth. Seth able to use the shield to survive for a while. Buy time for Freedom to arrive.
1 minute remains.
And, picked up the HP pack, but that's not going to be enough to survive. Freedom takes down Vapor. Round 1 going over the way of IHax's team. And we will stick on board Vapor for the start of round number 2. Spam tagging USA. Going up to the new bio top area was somebody. Vapor's going to rotate around. Trying to fight at LG, loses kind of control of top mini, but does find one in basement, flubs the movement a little bit, can't quite push, and misses the LG, but starts hitting the shock primaries. Rockets come out, and down goes B-Banks. And piece of sheet eats a LG, takes the death. And now it is just Seth. Seth getting pushed. Seth going down. And Vapor's team able to fight back, take round number 2, tie us up 1 round apiece as we go on board Freedom. See how he's getting into this matchup. The other kind of carry for IHax's team. And Looking for Love. He's looking to land some shots. And he's going to hit few. And takes a big combo and goes down. And so far, Vapor's team has been doing the work. IHax last alive, 25 HP, 1 versus 4. Going to be a tough dark horse for him. Does get 1, goes down immediately after, and it is now a 2-1. Vapor's team able to take the lead after losing round 1. Has looked good so far, and well, we're on piece of sheet, abbreviated POS. So my mind immediately goes to point of sale, and we know it's that he's not point of sale, but that's what my mind defaults to, and now yours will too. But he's doing a great job of holding off Mini with his team here, getting damage out, gets a rocket kill onto Vapor. Vapor deciding that his breakfast of champions was going to be a bunch of rockets, and now Fallacy last alive. The big Nick takes down IHax, makes it somewhat maybe more doable, but 32 HP, not looking likely for him now, as he is getting pushed down multiple sides, ends up dropping. And we've got itself tied up 2 games apiece so far. And actually wanted to stay on Seth there. Hopefully we can get back to him. We can. As he gets a headshot and a shock primary to start off the round. Gets the flak ball out, but hits nothing. And just gets shock primary down by Vapor. Freedom going to drop down, firing rockets at Banks, going wide. And we've got, IHax getting dropped. B-Bank's going to hammer up here. Or IHax not getting dropped. IHax was still alive. It was auto cam. Forgot that after somebody dies, you need to click. Not used to this control scheme. Apologize for the inconsistency. And we're going to go on board with Deli. See if Deli can't help his team get another round on the board. His team is winning right now 3-2, so his team getting more rounds. Taking this one would get him out of this kind of back and forth that they've had. Get the rounds ticking over. You want to be getting multiple rounds in a row, and it looks like they're on board for this as Seth is last one alive, looking for love, and he's looking for his next life as he dies yet again, and now it's a 4-2 advantage to Vapor's team. And let's go on board with Fallacy. We've only seen a little bit from the man, the myth, the legend himself right now, as goes up, nothing doing with those rockets, takes more damage than I think he gives, but hits a nice snipe on to Piece of Sheet, who goes down, and just poking in with the shock primaries, able to drop some damage, and now fighting for control of this rockets area. They seem they've gotten it, but Fallacy drops, and B-Banks is trying to get out of there. 10 HP, going to be very tough. Needs to land a bunch of shots here and maybe give Deli a chance. And Deli is now fighting too. Does have the high ground. Minigun comes out, but not enough. The LG takes him down. Freedom's still very healthy. So the minigun wasn't really going to be the play there. And we're going to go on board with... I mean, have we gotten everyone yet? Feel like we might have missed somebody. We'll just go hop back on Fallacy while we figure out who we've missed here. And it might be B-Banks, actually. I think we've seen him at end of round, but never to start a round. And Fallacy pushing into minigun once again, taking the middle path, fighting too. Does have a flank coming. Able to combo Seth, take him down. Freedom, Piece of Sheet, last alive. And one of them's down at flak. Going shock. Freedom gets dropped. Piece of Sheet trying to fight. He is fully healthy. This is maybe doable. Gonna jump up and just gets behind somebody. Minigun coming out. None of them are low enough for that strategy to pay off. And he is hiding and waiting. Does hit nice LG. Can he keep moving? Combo not going to land. A lot of spectators. And just trying to get out of here. Has two people on him. 5 HP. Goes down. Piece of Sheet gets dropped. 5-3 now in favor of 3P1J. Don't know what that stands for, but we'll go on board with Vapor, who is leading the way for his team. The captain is showing the path for everybody else to follow currently. And going to help out his team over at Shock. Great Shock primaries, comes out, gets the push, gets the kill. It is 3-3 though. Teams are currently tied, and Vapor running right into close quarters combat and able to survive a good chunk of damage there and still alive. Able to trade a lot out. IHax, 9 HP, about to go down. And I mean, now it is just B-Banks, 97, about the same amount of HP as the two people he's facing, but needs to get rid of one of them. Otherwise, could take a bunch of damage, get shock taped down by these two, and doesn't quite connect there, and does take some damage, and kind of fails to jump, almost walks right into a rocket. And now he's just patient and waiting for a shot to come out. Does see IHax, does take down IHax. Now needs to worry about Seth. Seth, 105 HP. Banks has the shield gun out, running away, holding it out, can hear it, can't see it, and gonna move forward.
Blue team scores.
And down goes B-Banks. 5-4. Seth able to get his team another round, keep within touching distance. Who's currently leading? Seth actually is leading. We'll stay on Freedom, though, since we just started this round, and we expect big things out of Freedom. Great player, great aim. Gonna do what's necessary to win. And right now is eating a lot of damage, though. LG lost contest on it, and Freedom just gets taped down. Multiple people and couples fighting over at Bio here. And Vapor's team seems to be very much trying to hold the area, but Piece of Sheet last alive, and both players on 3P1J are very healthy. Jump comes up, and Piece of Sheet does take care of Fallacy. Fallacy is now a 1 versus 1 Deli versus Piece of Sheet. About 100 HP separating these two players. Hammer not going to land the right jump, and just caught looking in the wrong direction. Eats some damage right there. And he's just trying to survive, get himself back up. Does have an HP pack to go drop up and collect, but only gets 10. Not exactly enough to put him back onto an even footing. Needs to land multiple LGs to bring this back. Does land a headshot. Now it is down to an LG. A primary will not do it. Neither player dies to a primary, though. This is crucial. That 10 HP going to come up big if this aims up. And the minigun comes out, and 3 HP. Deli has 3 HP. He can still win this with a LG2, a piece of sheet, but he's going to need to find it, and the minigun is still coming out, but the LG hits, connecting, and with 3 HP, Deli's able to survive. Well, gets 4 somehow? Maybe I'm reading that wrong, but let's go on board. The man who was able to clutch that up gets headshot and sniped like immediately off the rip headshot, I think. Not as familiar with the damage numbers to tell, but big damage and goes down, but Fallacy looks like he is hitting just shock tapes galore. Gonna try and connect. It lands another LG. Shot comes back out. Seth goes down. Piece of sheet, last alive. But Fallacy does die to an LG. Needs to probably back off. Look and see if this Link HP pack is up. If he can get it, yet gets himself above a LG-able amount of health, which is going to put him in a much better footing. And he's Pac-Manning these health bubbles and finds piece of sheet, and piece of sheet gets dropped like and we'll go on board Fallacy once again. Seems like he is hitting his shots right now, starting to feel it, warm up into this matchup. Not connecting that, does connect that LG and is hitting his shots. And gonna move around to Bio here, sees somebody down at Rockets and then lands absolutely nothing. Caster's Curse in full effect here, but it is 3 versus 3. Make that a 2 versus 3. 2 players over at the minigun, and Fallacy gonna start shooting the shock primaries, using the pillar for cover. Shield push coming in. There was one low flak. Don't know if they saw him. Maybe they didn't, but Fallacy needing to fight against a bunch. Not gonna happen. 6-5. And let's take it. Seth still leading the way. Let's go on board. Seth putting in a big performance. I believe he's the number 3 for his team. He says dollar values are meaningless. Currency is all fiat, and the numbers and ratings aren't real. What's real is my 3 PPR in this matchup, as I'm absolutely just dog walking these guys and putting them in the sewers. But doesn't look like this round's going to go well for him. Piece of sheet.
Their lead.
Piece of sheet, hard, point of sale. I mean, he's getting sold for sure, because he keeps dying as the last alive for his team a lot. Not sure that's what the old looking for love guys have on the drawing board. They probably want to have IHax or Freedom be the last one standing. But so far, Piece of Sheet has been the guy that is trying to hold on at the end. And already, I mean, it looks like, once again, unless Vapor pulls a miracle out of his, surrounded hat, it's going to be 7-6. They once again trade rounds. And, I mean, Looking for Love is staying within... I just missed who I wanted. Well, I guess we're on Piece of Sheet here because he was fighting. And we'll go Deli because we know that this fight's coming up over at the minigun area. And Deli is hitting the snipes there, but misses that one. And pushing over to LG now. They're trying to take the space, but gets flakballed. And it looks like Looking for Love is taking the advantage in this round as Deli gets surrounded. And somebody else goes down. Vapor, last alive, needs to make something happen. Sees somebody. Shot combo not going to connect, but none of the other shots connect either. The minigun comes out. Flakballs come out. Combo comes out. 29 HP. Not enough. Just could not get away. And that is a tie game after a long bit of time here. And we're back on board Fallacy as he's going to move over to a Bio. And going to find the guy over at Amp, but there's also another one at LG. Going to push the Amp guy. Amp guy was not looking and just backs off. Looks for some more shots. No, the push does not come through. And Fallacy needs to find somebody. Does find 2 in basement and gets double teamed There's another couple in basement here. Vapor's trying to punish. IHax does go down in basement, and Vapor gets the double kill. 1v1 versus Pos. Both players pretty hurt. Vapor much lower than Pos. Pos has 59, does survive a shock tape, which we know Vapor is very, very fond of. Vapor looking for any sort of health bubble if he can get it, but doesn't want to walk into Piece of Sheet's minigun or spam. Able to pick up a health bubble, gets himself to 50, will survive a shock tape now, but is going to hobble over to the minigun area and is still just searching. Both players feeling each other out. Just realized I do not have X-ray on, which... And there we go for being last man standing in all these rounds. Hell, he's topping the charts for his team. Let's get the man on the cam. Piece of Sheet leading the way for Looking for Love as they're looking for the win. And just in case anyone does ask, I know that their team name on everything I've seen is supposed to be Let's Fighting Love, but with the tag L4L, or L4L, LFL, definitely think that, I mean, just Looking for Love comes right to mind, right? I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one. But Pos, once again, he's kind of playing a little bit passively. Not sure this would be... he's not taking any angles, but Banks just pushes right into him and gets... I guess you play passively when you turn a corner. The first one you turn aggressively causes you to eat a giant combo and die. And Deli able to get the kill there. I mean, he is really healthy. Freedom, I don't know if he knows how hurt Deli actually is in comparison to him, because minigun does not seem like it's the right decision there. I mean, maybe there's no call on damage, but he gets a headshot, and that puts him right back in. A snipe comes in too. 4 to 20 HP. Freedom absolutely saying that health is no issue, but Deli converts anyways. Gets the kill, gets the dark horse, and we are tied 8 rounds apiece. The first one in a best of 3. We'll take this. We'll go on board. Freedom stick with the man who just hit a headshot and a snipe. He lost the clutch, but damn, what a... I mean, he made that far closer than it had any right being. And now, I mean, Vapor's team already losing a player. Freedom gonna get aggressive here. Start pushing. Fighting is happening elsewhere. And and then Freedom apparently flanks at the moment I get to them, but we'll go on board Banks. Very low A on HP. Vapor's team 1 round away from losing this match. Looking for Love has taken the 9th round. They are up 9 to 8. And Seth once again in the head. They are so balanced right now. Everyone is 0.1 PPR, 0.2 PPR away from each other. Couldn't buy this type of balance in a store. Certainly not in a bank account. Let's be real here. No balance there. But Seth, he's just holding. They're just holding minigun, playing the angles. They don't want to give up any free pushes and then take the shots on the side. But Seth not connecting. Piece of Sheet gets hit with the camper warning, and the combo's gonna get shorted. LG control still in, but B-Bank's the first one to drop. I think somebody dropped else, and Seth getting flanked gets a lot of damage out, but ends up going down. IHax and Piece of Sheet last 2 alive for their team. IHax 20 HP. We're gonna go on board. Can he get a kill? He cannot. Piece of Sheet last one alive once again. The dark horse scenario, last man standing. LMS going to Piece of Sheet, and he eats a rocket for his trouble. 9-9. We've got a match for all the marbles right here. And let's go on board. Let's see what Vapor can do. Team captain. Can he pull the rabbit? And, I mean, they were up for most of this matchup. So them dropping to match point and being down around was, definitely a surprise. LFL able to make a bit of a comeback, and that is not going to help. Dropping a player early. Vapor's team still fully manned, and most of them pretty healthy. Fighting is happening somewhere else. Freedom over at the minigun area. And Fallacy going to get dropped. Vapor last alive. They were ahead. They're now behind. 1 versus 3. Vapor gonna go down. And that is map number 1 on a 9-9 universe point round. Gonna go over to looking for love, aka Let's Fighting Love as their real name. And we've got, I mean, look at this. 2.9, 2.8, 2.8, 2.5. You couldn't ask for a more balanced line of PPRs for a team. Fantastic stuff out of them. 3.4, 3.0 to Vapor. Banks 2.6, not bad. Delhi 2.2. Both teams very, very well matched. I mean, it was a 10-9 game. I'd hope they're well matched. There, yeah, I do put a delay. I can probably change it a bit more for 2k4. UT4 is a little bit slower, so it is possible without a larger delay that people can actually stream snipe quite easily with only like 10 seconds or so. So it's quite a bit higher than that for UT4, just to prevent any sort of bad faith actors from getting here. But with how fast 2k4 is, I could probably put it down to 10 seconds, no problem, and no one's going to be able to know anything. We'll experiment with different delays if it seems like the big delay is going to be a problem. But for now, deal with it. League integrity. Anyways, Vapor's team needs to make a bit, they need to mount some fight. Map number 2, as they are down 1 map to nothing. And if they don't win this one, they lose the match. So... Oh. I just realized you said Big Deli instead of Big Delay, probably. You know... That one in my ear and out the other. It did not cross the brain waves at all. So just shows what I'm working with. As we are here and we are once again waiting. I don't mind. Gives me time to rest, recollect myself, get myself ready for map number 2 on Invictus. So. And do all stream maintenance, like updating the score bug. Jeez. Longest bathroom break of all time. And we have the ready ups. We are getting into map number 2 on Invictus here. Just a minute. IHax's team up 1-0 in the map score against Vapor. Can Vapor's team make the comeback on Invictus? We are about to find out. Let's go on board with, Fallacy, I guess. Although he's not in a position of fighting. B-Banks is getting aggro, hits the flak ball, hits the snipe, gets out a bunch of damage here. B-Banks headshotting IHax. The head too big goes down, and B-Banks do some more damage, gets another 104. B-Banks, fantastic round, does a ton of damage. 477. Great round out of B-Banks. We'll go back. Can IHax respond? He got headshot, and he's going to turn a corner into 3 people and eat a bunch of damage, and he's already at 95 HP. Somehow still alive, just did not get shot at all. And but his team is down a player, needs to make something big happen. Going to be tough. And I just realized I did not turn on the wall hacks again. So let's take care of that in a second. Seth fighting somebody over at Chimney. Needs to a nice little dodge ahead. Somehow doesn't take any damage while getting chased in the back. Now has 2 people on him. Somehow still 50 HP, but eats the combo. Freedom last alive. Needs to I mean, 1v3 it is very doable. B-Banks and Vapor are now both very low. Needs to see, just gets Vapor from the hair of, I don't know if that was just the shield, just went down. Perfect timing.
1 minute
Freedom
remains.
eliminates Vapor and now has a little bit of HP. If he can take B-Banks, this is doable, but needs to make it happen. Needs to find the kill onto B-Banks, I think, now. And does find B-Banks, looking for now, but ends up going down. Deli has just enough to take him out, and I'm going to go in, get this. And now we've got it. And let's stick on board Freedom here. And Freedom's going to run into somebody. 2 people. The rockets come out, don't connect, and he gets a little bit of chip damage from the shock. And, I mean, just going to shield his way out over to the shock area, back out. Don't take too many extra damage. Big, well, that could have been a big combo, but ends up coring and primarying the enemy and gets a lot of damage. They are getting flanked, though. Freedom and his teammate 2v4. Freedom and Seth able to take, well, Freedom able to take down Deli, but once again, 1 versus 3. Freedom trying to make magic happen and not even close to as close as it was last round. Ends up going down, and Vapor's team taking a 3-1 advantage quickly. Let's go on board Vapor, and Vapor going to start off getting the worse off of that trade, but does get a little bit of damage back in. And there are 3 people at the chimney. Santa's coming to town. He's bringing all the reindeer, and I mean, it doesn't look like it's so far not too much. Although now everyone starts dying, and this is now. I mean, we are close to the first round win on the board for Looking for Love. Going to be tough, though. They are, I mean, they're pretty not healthy, but Fallacy also pretty hurt. So anyone's round still, but going to get double peaked there. 17 HP. Fallacy is going to back off, try and get out of here. Does find somebody, but unable to land the shot, unable to connect. There is some HP up, but I don't know if he can really get over to that with any sort of meaningful time frame.
1 minute
Gonna probably have to give it up.
remains.
Piece of sheet. 80 gets himself up to 85 HP. Freedom is low, is killable, but Piece of sheet is now quite tanky for what the round state is in. And Fallacy just jumps right into his waiting arms, goes down, and round 1 on the board for IHax's team. And we're gonna go on board with B-Banks here. Haven't seen him yet this game. Rockets, not going to connect to anything. Spam is not very calorie advantageous. I guess it is calorie dense, though. So when you do hit, when it hits right, it hits. But B-Bank's going to get traded out there. Wild kind of scenario that was, looking like they had a flank going on, but B-Banks goes down, and now Deli not going to push to help his teammate here. Vapor's just going to get dropped for free. Seth is low. Flak not going to connect. LG not going to connect. And now, I mean, he's got 2 people on him. Every angle he's taking is the 2v1 peak angle. Never fighting 1v1 battles in that clutch, that 1v2. Deli going to end up going down, getting dropped. 1.6 PPR. Well, I was on him. Was going to say let's stay on him. We've already been on free. Let's stay on him. Let's see if he can't pick it up. Maybe what he's doing wrong here. Doesn't seem to be nearly as effective as he was on Rankin. Does get a flank here. Gets the splash LG. Weirdest thing, I think, in any game. But, hey, it hits. Ringing shots. And then gets a huge kill. Flax on to IHax. And now going to push to help his teammate. Yeah, you get out those spam finishing weapons. Link and Mini. Take down the last guy. Another 70 in. But goes down. Deli. And now it's B-Banks versus Freedom. 1v1. B-Banks has the health advantage. Freedom is LGable. Gonna back off, try and move around to shock, and B-Banks has got the bead but can't hit the shot. B-Banks gonna use the hammer, get up quickly, doesn't take the jump pad, but health in Freedom's favor now. Gets up to 80, and he's gonna move around, go to the other one. And they're both kind of looking here. B-Banks sees it. B-Banks definitely hears him now. Is gonna get the HP pickup. Freedom definitely had to have heard that. And now B-Banks is just gonna move, and I mean, he's looking for Freedom, trying to peek above. And Freedom's also looking. They're right next to each other. And the 70 on B-Banks doesn't know how low Freedom is. 10 HP. Just needs to land anything. And he does. He lands the shock finally. B-Banks gets the shock kill. Gets out of the round. and is able to keep the, keep the rounds turning for his team. Freedom just not quite connecting. There's a fight here, and I'm missing it. Seth gonna get the flank, but eats a rocket direct from Fallacy, but Fallacy does end up dropping for that. And now Seth gonna rotate around to the side, get the flank angle off. Last guy was Water, I believe. B-Banks getting a double kill. It is a 1 versus 2, but 35 HP for B-Banks, and he almost eats that flak ball, but able to survive. Think he had the shield gun out, able to parry the damage. And can't parry the LG when you have shock out, though, as B-Banks going down, and 4-3. Once again, it looks like Vapor's team is keeping their edge early on, but they have to be able to hold it this game. Don't know if we've been on board Seth yet. Seth, well, actually we did. We did last round, but we're going to stick on him again, I guess. Exciting. Going to drop down, but so far just pushing and runs right into Vapor. Vapor gets flacked in the face. That's not great for the old dentures. And now Fallacy going to move around to LG, get behind 2 people, but not land the shot. Missing the LG, missing the rockets, and then missing his life as Let's Fighting Love able to pull a great round out here. And who have we not? We haven't been on board Vapor in a while. Let's go. Let's take a peek. Don't know if we've gotten everyone so far in this round, but we're going to take a peek at the scoreboard and see who's got the PPR advantage after this round. But IHax getting headshot, gets popped, and now Vapor's going aggro, trying to finish this round out. They must know that the 2 are low, but able to trade it out. 1 versus 2. Vapor needs to make something happen here. Gets piece of sheet, but goes down to Seth's LG. Seth being the clutch. He's at 4.9 PPR. We're going back on board. Seth is... He thinks that salaries are a big joke. They don't mean anything, and they're stupid and pointless. And you should think so, too. Because he's definitely the 3rd man on his team, maybe in the 4th man on his team, but I really doubt that, salary-wise. And he is absolutely smoking these fools right now. And B-Bank's last alive, and, he failed the jumper, got pancaked, something happened, didn't make any progress, and goes down. And now 3 straight rounds, actually 4 straight rounds on the board for Looking for Love. And I don't know what the reference is, but I don't care. LFL just makes me think Looking for Love. It's what it is. Maybe the acronym could have been a little bit better. But Let's Fighting Love is taking a command here, but Seth had a kind of quiet round. But it doesn't matter as, he's still at 4.7 PPR. He's, smoking everyone right now. We just stick on board. Good things are apparently happening when Seth is involved. But Freedom going to get dropped early here. And Seth getting also in a bad spot, goes down. And IHax gets cleaned up. And we said Seth was doing something, but apparently Fallacy's also doing plenty of things. Let's check out Fallacy, see if he can't, keep these winning ways going. His team needs him now more than ever. Gets IHax, gets a great flank here, but somebody drops huge combo out of Fallacy. Somebody's down to 5 HP, must be a piece of sheet. He's at 15. And Fallacy's getting the damage out. His team does have a man advantage, but Seth is still pretty healthy, and Seth does take down Fallacy. And Deli takes down Seth, though, and puts Freedom in a 1 versus 2. However, both players are eligible. Deli does survive a shock, but you're not exactly understood. Deli gets the trade rocket onto him, gets the kill, 7-6. This one is also going down to the wire as holy hell. Those rockets just go through the floor? Does that not have collision in 2k4? It doesn't matter. Piece of sheet at 15 or 25 HP, very close to going down. Let's go over to where the action's happening, and it looks like, well, Jesus, they all died in half a second. I was trying to get to somebody, important here and does not matter as flawless victory and Vapor now leading the way. Seth still 4.1 PPR. While we're on Vapor, he's leading the way for his team. Let's stick with Vapor. Vapor takes out Piece of Sheet and is going to push into flak with his teammate here. They could have gotten killed by one combo, but able to just not be bunched up at the wrong time. And Rocket's coming in, and somebody, Kami's Freedom. Kami's on Vapor. Does take a lot of damage out. IHax now running for his life. Gets the 1v1. Fallacy versus IHax. Can Fallacy hit more shots? He needs to. IHax has the health advantage, and he's going to pick up another HP pack, and then he's just going to back off here. Yeah, shoot some rockets. Get some damage down there. But Fallacy's going to back off, move around, look for a different angle. And IHax is going over to the shock area. And Fallacy's going to take a nice quick stroll over, get the Link health pickup, and runs into a shot from IHax. IHax can now win this with an LG. And IHax wins this with an LG. And there goes the, I mean, that is a 7-8 as, I mean, oh, man, I just missed IHax. We'll go back on board with Seth. Seth hits 70. Seth hits another 70 through the grate. Seth going for the combo, not going to connect. He's going to push aggressively. Going to get in here. Rocket's coming out. Getting some nice damage. They find, who was that? IHax in the corner. IHax goes down. And Fallacy now going to try and help his teammate. But just not enough. The cavalry arrives. Fallacy goes down. And 9-7, 1 round away from taking this match. Looking for love. Let's go. We go back on board. Seth once again getting a 140 through the grate. This man is a Invictus Great Master. Knows every angle. Every inch of those grates are mapped in Seth's mind for perfect triangulation. And however, Deli's rockets are perfectly triangulated to kill Seth. And now it is Freedom trying to win a round with 3 HP. Not happening. 9-8. And what? I mean, we go back on board. Seth runs into a bunch of rockets. B-Bank's able to get the better damage off on Seth here. And Seth now 23 HP. Gets some trades out, but not quite enough. Can Freedom do it? I mean, his team is down a player, and he is currently fighting somebody. Gets a couple of snipes, a lot of damage, but ends up going down. Deli shooting some rockets. I think almost hit his teammate. Gonna flank here. If he starts loading tri-rockets right now, could be huge, but Piece of Sheet does drop. IHax trying to win 45 HP. Wants to avoid putting his team on another 9-9, but it's gonna be close. He's gonna have to make a miracle happen to avoid it. He does not, and we go to a second 9-9. A second one in as many maps. We have a universe around here. Winner take all, and we're gonna go on board with, I mean, Seth still 3.7 PPR. Hits one snipe. Can he hit two? Doesn't hit the second one. The Great has lost its dial. But Seth going to get some rockets out. Gets a nice shock primary. Opens up some damage. Is just taking space. Seeing his team getting flanked, though. Needs to get some damage out. It's going to be in front of two. Shoots some rockets. Does hit some rockets. Gets another nice shock primary, but getting flanked. Has team to help him there, but there's another player that's cutting him off. It is now IHax against Vapor, B-Banks, and, well, now just IHax. IHax hits the shield. Needs to try and avoid. Cannot. And Vapor's team takes this second sudden death. They take this one 10-9. And both teams have traded maps at 10-9 scorelines. And we're going to go to a map number 3 for all the marbles in this match. And I believe it will be on New Dawn. And man, I need to go study the map cause for this map. Have not played it yet. Well, actually, no, I did just play it today. So I can't say that I've never played it, but I've not studied it. And we are on a map number 3 that means something. These two teams tied up 1 map apiece. oh my, we have a banger of a map 3 coming up. Let's go. I know for one, I am very entertained right now. No need to ask the audience, because this has been an absolutely fantastic match. And I hope that map number 3 also goes 9-9, because I want everyone's heart to have a absolute failure, and for the ERs to be flooded with cardiac arrests.
5, 4,
That's not actually what I want. I want people to be happy and healthy and long life. You know. I mean, we'll start off with Seth. He was leading the way for his team last time, and we got to him first. Trying to get everybody. A little bit harder than just hitting keys on a number board. But we're going to be on board Freedom here. Freedom going to hammer jump up, not finding anybody yet. Does see some rockets, but a little bit too late to actually land. And does hit a nice LG. Needs to rotate and still has 2 people in front of him. Freedom in a 1v4. Running for his life and takes B-Banks out, but B-Banks absolutely, I don't know if it was damage from B-Banks onto Freedom or Freedom damage onto B-Banks and himself. Don't know what happened there, but I mean, we're going to stay right on board because it's a fight party at the 50 room, armor room, shock corner, I think. Not sure, but there's a fight here and a bunch of people are dropping. Deli goes down. Seth getting some big damage out. Now fighting 2 people. I think he was at 3 at one point, but it's back down to 2, and he's still getting damage. It is 2 now, and he's got to try. Takes down Fallacy. Can he get Vapor? Vapor last alive. Seth 10 HP. Needs to make something happen. Can't hit. Vapor 146 was going to be really hard for Seth to pull that off, but we'll go on board Fallacy, see how he's getting into the game. Spam rockets around the corner. Does see an enemy, sees another enemy, and him and a teammate getting some damage. Nice jump out. Whoever that was, stay up and fight, but probably wanted to drop down. Don't know if they wanted to continue that, but it is now Fallacy 1v3. Gonna move across, go get this HP pickup, and then run into 2 people, and hits 2 shots, though. So he's putting himself in a good scenario, and minigun behind, another snipe landed. Needs to try and hit something, but the combo from Freedom comes out, takes down Fallacy, gets the first round on the board for Team IHax, or Team Let's Fighting Love, or Team Looking for Love. We're all looking for love. And we'll go on board B-Banks here, as he is, I'm assuming, loading up rockets, and does get Freedom from behind. The flank comes through, spam rockets, big flak ball. B-Banks making some damage happen, and finally probably going to go down here, but he did get out a lot, give his team a great chance. Piece of sheet needs to be a point of sale and make a big purchase at the damage store. Not going to happen. Pos goes down, 3-1 to Team Vapor. Don't know what their team stands for. If anyone wants to tell me, would be fantastic. A big combo out of Pos, though, to start off this round, and gets some damage in, and then fires the bio for good measure. His team is fighting around him, and looks like Fallacy's going to get shot at here. And, I mean, just getting the damage. Minigun coming out. Nick is the last one alive. Combo not going to connect. Has another one right in his face. The link gun. Lockdown coming in. Couldn't think of the word. Forget about it all the time. Lockdown is a terrible mechanic, and it should feel bad. Let's just put it that way. Lockdown comes in, keeps Fallacy from moving, and we're on B-Banks once again. Hits a nice LG, but he is putting himself into line of fire at 2 people. Takes a lot of damage for his trouble. Probably trades just about as much, which makes it a 1-to-1, but and it does look like Fallacy is going to go down to IHax. IHax and Freedom Never mind, just Freedom 1v3 was a 2v3 and now a 0v3 as B-Banks hits a big rocket coming around the corner, flying out of left field. And let's look at Deli. See the man. Haven't focused him in a few rounds, so let's take a look. Gonna find somebody here. Find two people here. Gets 135 out, and then has a flank, but just not quite able to connect. Seth does end up dropping though, and I think there are people behind, and he just gets the shield out and cuts bait. Gets out of there. Big shot combo, not gonna land. Fallacy looking for the damage. Gets the LG. Surprised he's not pulling out anything. The guy's just sitting in a corner. Could get absolutely flaked or rocketed, but I guess if you're an IG Grandmaster like Fallacy, you're just gonna keep the hit scan out. You know, why would you do anything else, right? You're a hit scan god. Why would I use these spam weapons, peasants? As he gets spammed weapon to death, so clearly his advice isn't the greatest when you're in close quarters combat. Deli finding some people. Combo not going to land. The guy wasn't even looking at him. Just couldn't time it. And now Vapor, 1 versus 3, gets dropped. And a 5-3 scoreline as Fallacy currently leading the way. We're going to go on board. I mean, the man's got. And as I miss him, really need to... Somebody's good with the coding. Code some spectator mutator that allows you to use like some sort of keys for cameras. Maybe I just don't know the tech. Let me know if there is. But Fallacy getting a lot of damage out. He seems like he's played this map more than one or few times. And getting out, and Seth running into Fallacy. Fallacy missing the flak. Maybe he wants to stick with hit scan for that reason. But it is a 1 versus 2, and Seth just surrounded and killed. Two very healthy players on Vapor's team left alive, and we'll stick on board. And I forgot to put the... After this round, I'll put the wall hacks back on. I forgot I have to do that every time. Fallacy and Vapor taking down piece of sheet, hitting the shots, and Fallacy's just hitting his own teammate there, but gets an LG before he dies. And Vapor and Deli, well, never mind, just Vapor, 13 HP, needs to make something happen. Can't make it happen. And we're going to stick on board. Fallacy looks like he is hitting absolutely lights out right now, and there's no reason to swap off this man, although he is currently just letting his team die across the map, but does end up finding Poss, but now he's all of a sudden missing, although that is an shield out, and Fallacy able to land some damage, but just not able to have the effect on this round that he's had in others so far, just not quite connecting. And has somebody behind him, 40 HP, does take down Poss, but rides Freedom's lightning, and now it's on Vapor to try and win this. Can't win it, 6-5, and Freedom actually kind of coming alive. 3.7 PPRs, had some good rounds here. Let's take a peek, see if he can't keep it up. But knowing that I'm now spectating him, he's probably going to eat some big combo here and die. Does get some LGs and able to hit, and there's a combo that does take him down, 12 HP, but he's able to get Fallacy, and he is still alive and still putting out damage. And all of a sudden, it is a 2 versus 3. Make that a 1 versus 3. Deli, and he drops as well, and from a 6-3 deficit right now, I mean, Fallacy, you got it. This is where your team needs you. You got to step up right here. You've been stepping up. You need to step it up a little bit more. Granted, everyone else on his team probably needs to step up even more so that he doesn't have to carry so hard. But, like, let's be real here. Deli goes, Fallacy goes down, and now, I mean, we'll go on board Freedom. What the? Floating corpse? Weird. Freedom not finding anyone. Piece of sheet actively fighting, and it looks like they're able to clean up B-Banks. Now it's just on Deli, and he's got to win a 1 versus 3. Gets the first. Don't know if he can get the second. 95 HP. They know where he is. Does land 70. Can he land the next shot? Freedom is kind of hurting,
team takes
but
the
not
lead.
quite enough. I mean, even less than his teammate. And all of a sudden, down goes, we will give you Vapor. Down goes, from a 6-3 advantage, it is now a 7-6 deficit for Vapor's team. They've been blowing this lead, and now they need to make something happen. And the Rockets are going to come out, not quite connect onto Vapor. Vapor's going to rotate here and does get behind somebody, but could have been a huge combo, but instead settles for the shock tape. I mean, acceptable. Didn't take anything for that. Now has somebody on him, gonna get dropped. And Freedom now getting linked down. Ends up dropping to B-Banks. It is IHax and Seth. B-Banks going down. And once again, just Deli, 11 HP. He's up against IHax with 102 and Seth with 5. And it's not going to be enough. And now an 8-6 lead for Looking for Love. Or Let's Fighting Love, I should say. We're going to go back on board. Freedom is just crushing it right now. And almost takes out B-Banks, but B-Banks almost takes him out as well. Big damage traded. And B-Banks goes down to Seth, where Freedom is still alive. The fight is happening. Piece of Sheet surviving and somehow still alive. Had 2 people shooting at him. And now going to go over to help his teammate. Minigun comes out. And, it's actually all on Fallacy. Once again, he's in a 1 versus 3. Well, 1 versus 4. Got it to a 1 versus 3, but it is 9-6. And Vapor's team is falling apart right now. And we're going to... we'll stick on Fallacy. He's got to make something happen. And there's a fight going on across the map. Fallacy was currently not involved. B-Banks trying to get in, help his team, able to take down Piece of Sheet. Freedom gets caught in a vulnerable position, but B-Banks goes down, and now it's all Fallacy. Fallacy drops as well, and Let's Fighting Love
Team is the winner.
wins 7 straight rounds and takes the map 10-6, from down 6-3 to winning 10-6. 3P1J absolutely fell apart down the stretch. Great games out of Freedom, IHax, and Seth. 2.8 PPR. Piece of Sheet, 1.7. Who cares? The rest of his team was at 3. Might as well be at 3. 2.8, close enough. And Let's Fighting Love taking this one 2 maps to 1, winning the tiebreaker on New Dawn. What a matchup. Unreal Fight Club Discord channel for all TAM League Season 16. Go check it out if you don't play 2K4. If you do play 2K4 and you're here because
10,
you know about it and you're
9,
involved,
8, 7,
we'll see you next time.
6, 5,